There's Obisco, man, we're back. So I just wanted to, well, we're continuing with our oils, and I just wanted to explain to you the different oil. Just passing a stool.
Ew.
So I already filtered, this is the golden oil, I already filtered it because I felt that if I would have kept going boiling it, it would have started to burn. So I don't know if you can see
Lower it.
in the bottom. You see still some liquid. That's the water. The darker thing in the bottom, it's the water, and the oil is on top. So at this point, I'm going to reintroduce this back to the pot and continue evaporating this. Same with. So you see, remember the oil, the altar oil, looked very dark, but again, once it's filtered, it's much lighter. And I'm a little lazy myself. So the dark stuff in the center, you can easily get rid of that if you just pass it through a cheesecloth, and it'll get rid of all that dark stuff there. But I don't mind it because, you know, in the bottle, that's just going to be some residue in the bottom. So it's okay. But there's still some liquid in the bottom that I just need to... I was looking for myself. I'm just going to keep evaporating. Just give me 1 second. Or I might just be able to catch a lot of it as I'm pouring it. But again, I don't really mind it too much. Maybe. Yeah, okay. So there you go. I filtered it. I'm not that lazy. So I'm just going to put these back on flame. Oop.
Don't burn my house down now.
You already did that once. I think we're okay.
Ha 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 ha. Ha ha.
Okay. So now we have that out the way. I'm just going to put this in the sink. Now, me and my priest, we were talking and saying, you know, so far I've been showing a lot of things for mine. And I feel that, you know, maybe it's due time to show, you know, this is one type of shielding that I explained earlier with the alumbre and the cup and all that, and putting the scissors on top. But I feel that, you know, maybe I can I've always, to some of the ones that I speak to on the regular, through Facebook Messenger and all that. By the way, you can find me on Xiomara Moraz, Xiomara, Moraz, Morraz, like zebra, on Facebook. So yeah, I've spoken a lot about revocation candles, you know, and again, a revocation candle, can you pass me that please, is a way for you to send back to the person that is doing you wrong. You know, sometimes you don't really know who is doing you wrong. So what I like to do is, on a brown piece of paper, can you pass me an exit? On a brown piece of paper, I like to just put to my enemies known and unknown. And I get a brown piece of paper and I put it in here. I'll add 3 pennies. Yeah, see, that's going to pop. Because, yeah, that's going to burn if I put the plastic there. But you hear that popping, sizzling noise, that's because that's the water evaporating from the oil. So hopefully I don't get got. It's like, let me move this up just a little bit. Okay, am I good still on camera?
Yes.
Okay. So, again, you take your cascarilla and you rub it through the egg. Bubble, bubble, boiling trouble and all that good stuff. You're going to take the egg, you literally rub, I'm not going to do it because I have clothes on, but normally you would do this naked in the nude. And you rub yourself with the egg all over your body. And you put it in here. And then you will take 3 of your most rusty nails. You put that in there. You'll take some coffee grounds just to give it strength to you know, the return to sender type of thing. You just gave me the rosemary, so. Here's the rosemary's hiding from me at the moment. So here's some black myrrh that I was just given by a dear friend of mine. And it magically appeared, see? he practically owns the Botanica. Shout out to Danny! I'm adding some black myrrh that he just gave me this actually for free. You're going to add some rose. Well, again, black myrrh gets rid of negativity. And rosemary is good for hex breaking and banishing. And I'm going to take some of this manteca de corojo or palm oil. If you cannot get this type of oil, you can use lard. Or any type of fat, not butter, but you can use like any type of real lard or some olive oil. The whole gist of this is the witchcraft will slip right off of me because this is, you know, it's fat, so it's very oily, it's very slippery. That's basically the whole gist of it. Okay, now this is where the fun part happens. You can fill it with various different things. You can fill it with water, how I'm going to do it now. You can fill it with urine, your own urine that is, because it'll cut all the envy and witchcraft. Your urine is the best thing for you. It's like ammonia. You can also fill it with ammonia or vinegar.
And it's used to dominate your enemies too.
And it's also used to dominate your enemies. Now you put the plate over the cup. Take your hand, put it under, and you flip it. Okay? Very little liquid will come out because of suction. If you took science class and all that when you were younger, then you know the friction and the suction and the gravity and all that fun stuff. Now, I have 3 candles here, you know, because I want to send this with a push. I'm going to use this red candle. In this case here, you can write as well to my enemies known and unknown. Or you can write it to a certain saint that you work with, or a certain deity that you work with. Or if you know the person's specific name that you're in spiritual warfare with, you can write this too. Also, this is a good way to get rid of somebody by adding cayenne pepper and all that stuff. Literally, you can experiment and have fun. Now, if you notice, I always have a black candle here, or lit. That's because for me, this is my multi-purpose candle. And if I'm going to be working anything spiritual, I always light it from this. Now, if you notice, in the background, it was very loud and bubbling, but now it's starting to cool down. That's because most of the water has evaporated already. And actually, my golden oil seems to be done. So I'm going to take it off and put it on here so it could cool down. And from the sounds of it, excuse me, my altar oil is also done too. So again, you take this, take a little bit and light the bottom, and you place it. Even though I kind of just blew the candle out, but it's okay. You can always relight it with a different candle. Or with a matchsticks. I prefer using matchsticks. I was about to blow it, but I'm telling y'all never to blow candles because you burn your good luck and not check. At this point, this is done. should be left on the floor by your door or by a specific deity in your altar for about 2 weeks, a week to 2 weeks. Some of my clan members are a little crazy and they like to keep it there for 3 to 5 weeks. And as it festers, their enemies fester, but that's neither here nor there. Just going to remove this on the... Yeah, beautiful, 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 beautiful.
And it's very important to throw the contents out away from your house as far as possible.
In a park, away from you, in a crossroads, in railroad tracks, all that good stuff.
Graveyard.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I'm going to share with you a certain spell that I shared with some of my group, with a personal group that I run on Facebook. But Mr. Brad actually wanted me to share with you guys a bit of my Babylonian history, I guess, for lack of a better phrase. You know, I do tend to work a lot with the Babylonian gods and goddesses. So in this case, I'm going to share with you a spell with the demon Kululu. Now, yes, I said demon. Doesn't mean he's spooky with horns and all this evil stuff. In fact, most demons from the first religions, you know, they're considered demons because they're just lost and old, forgotten gods. And the Christian church tends to demonize anything that isn't, you know, in the Bible. So, Kululu is actually a deity that will introduce peace, prosperity in your home as well as for yourself. So if you're in search for jobs, well, guess what? This spell might be for you because it's very easy and cheap, easy on the wallet, okay? So, I'm going to play with some clay. Now, we just did this. This is salt dough. And salt dough is basically 1 cup of flour, 1.5 cup of salt, and 1 cup of water. Now, please use an actual measuring cup because somebody said that a regular plastic cup is a cup. And no, honey, we had to add like a lot of clay, a lot of flour to this to get it into this consistency, and the consistency of dough, the consistency of like Play-Doh and all that good stuff. So, this is going to be a bit of arts and crafts. Again, I'm not the best at this. This isn't my forte. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to make the image of Kululu. And basically is half the torso and face of a man and the tail of a fish. Kind of like a mermaid type thing. So in this case...
Sing for me.
Yeah. I need more flour in this, please.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get more flour? Thank you.
No problem.
For those of you who are saying, how the hell do I work with my nails? Well, just because I'm vain in my nails doesn't mean I'm going to let it stop me from my craft. You know, it's called running it under hot water. After I'm done here, you're just going to need this real quick because it's a little too wet for me. And again, it's supposed to be a bit elasticy, not that sticky. You know, you're going to knead it a bit, just like you're kneading regular bread. Just so that I could be on a safe side. What's my time on the video?
14:06.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So I'm going to put this here for now because I'm going to try to work on the body and tail.